Homemade brownies without a box brownie mix.
No boxes.
I have to be honest, I've never done that before, and I'm all about a really good brownie, so I'm excited about this recipe. So, all right, bring it on.
Okay.
First thing, what did we do?
First thing you did was we melted 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate with half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay, so butter, and did you just use chocolate chips?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just basically
Just
chocolate
basically
chips.
chocolate
And we
chips, yeah.
melted those very carefully
Right.
in the microwave, checking them every few seconds. Or you can do a double boiler method, which I always play it safe and do it that way. But it's scared microwave. I've been burned by.
I was just gonna say
yeah.
you don't burn it or
Yeah,
forget it.
yeah. So, yes, exactly. So,
Yep.
so we've melted that chocolate, and then we've not only melted it, then we've let it cool.
Correct.
So you don't want to add it warm here.
No. No.
So it needs to be kind of like room temperature. So we
Right.
did this about 20 minutes ago. We melted it in the microwave carefully, the chocolate chips and the butter, and just let
Right.
it sit so it gets a little hardened back up again.
Right. You don't want to scramble your eggs.
Okay, so it's nice and thick, chocolatey, gooey mess there, and it looks fantastic. Okay, now what's next?
Next, we're
Sugar?
going to add our sugar and a little bit of brown sugar.
So both types of sugars in the brownies as well, brown and white.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to mix that.
Okay. You want that to get pretty smooth?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Smells heavenly.
That's good.
That's good? Okay. Okay, eggs?
Okay, then we're going to add our eggs.
Again, one at a time?
Mm-hmm.
Why do pastry chefs why are you guys big fans on doing one egg at a time? Why is that important?
It's important because if you add them all at the same time, the mixture won't have enough. It will coagulate. It'll just kind of get sloppy. It won't incorporate into it. So
Okay.
if you do it separately, it will incorporate easier into the batter.
I'll do it if you guys say it would help. So we'll do 2 and one more.
Yep.
So are these a real fudgy brownie?
Very.
Ooh, that's
Very.
just how I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
Okay, we're going to stop it.
Okay.
I just want to scrape it down a
You
little
bet.
bit to get the edges. So it's all mixed in together.
So give it another whirl.
Yep.
All right, vanilla.
That's good. Then we're going to add our vanilla. Okay.
This is one of those recipes like I talked about earlier where if you don't want to, go out and run to the grocery store on a rainy day, you probably have the stuff to make this on hand.
You really do, yeah. There's not a whole lot to it.
But I love the method of melting the chocolate chips and the butter, and really it's going to keep it nice and fudgy.
Right, right. And the trick to the fudginess is in the oven, don't overbake it.
Yeah.
You want it to be a little bit underbaked because when it sets, it's still going to have that afterbake to it where it's still going to bake a little bit.
And I think that goes for all brownies. Once you get overbaked, they're dry and not so good.
Forget it. Yeah.
Okay, so now what's in here?
So now we have a small amount of flour.
I noticed that. Very small amount.
of
So
flour.
these really are about the chocolate fudginess
Right.
of them. Okay.
And then we have cocoa powder.
Okay.
And then slowly.
Now again, have you done this recipe with gluten-free flour?
Mm-hmm.
Works fine?
Works fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now show everybody what you've done with the pan. This is another neat idea, a nice trick, tip.
Yeah, if you pre-line the pan with the foil, and then you spray it, you're sure to not have them stick.
And they'll be able to lift them out and cut it nicely.
Right,
We'll
you
show you
just
that.
lift it out
Okay,
and cut
so
it.
we've lined it with foil. Let's get some spray here. Spray it really well. Oven temperature for the brownies.
Oven temperature is still 350.
350? Is that really pretty much the standard baking temperature for most things?
Pretty much.
Oh, that batter. I just want to dive into that bowl. Yum.
All right.
We'll get that out.
Good.
So what kinds of other things do you bake, Kathy, for people? Do you do like wedding cakes and things like that?
Yeah, I do everything from cupcakes to wedding cakes. I do special parties. I do sweet tables. I do cupcakes for weddings as well as the wedding cake itself.
Okay. So you name it, she does it. If you need somebody to do some baking for you.
Right, pretty much.
And gluten-free. She
And
specializes
gluten-free, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I think it's hard to find a good gluten-free recipe out there that actually tastes
A lot of testing and tweaking, and that's for sure.
right. Because it's really not fair if you can't have sweets.
I agree. I agree. That wouldn't be any good.
So it might as well taste good. And then you're just going to spread it to the edges.
It's a real thick batter. And we're doing this in an 8x8 square
Right.
pan.
That's pretty much it. You throw it in the oven.
And here we have it. After it's baked, we talked about how important it is to not overbake the brownies, pull them a little bit early. How do you know when they're done then?
You kind of, first you eye it a little bit. You can see the edges are a little bit darker. The middle looks a little bit less. You're going to take a toothpick, put it in. The bottom third should be not sticking to it, but like a little bit wet.
Okay. Yeah, you don't, it's
And
not like
then
a
you're
cake.
done.
It's not like
No,
a cake
no,
for
no,
the,
no.
you want them to be fudgy, so there is going to be stuff on the toothpick. All right, so then this is the genius. Pops right off. And then we can just cut these into nice big brownies. Oh, do they look fudgy and good?
You're quite generous.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna do it, why not do it, huh?
There you go.
Oh, these look so delicious. Now these are nut-free. Have you ever added nuts? My husband loves walnuts in here.
You know, if you're a nut fanatic, you can, but I think it takes away from the flavor because the brownie itself is mousse-like, and I think the nuts take away from it.
I gotta try some because it looks delicious. Oh yeah, they're delicious. Kathy, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We'll be back to wrap things up, so stay with us.